Her Royal Highness, the Princess of Wales, has announced in a video featuring her husband and children that she has completed her course of chemotherapy. Positive news means that she will increasingly return to public life by the end of this year. It comes after the Princess announced her cancer diagnosis in March and stopped doing any public engagements other than attending Trooping the Colour and presenting the trophy at the final of Wimbledon. Well, I'm joined now by the royal biographer Angela Levin, but Angela, before we talk, I think we can see a little clip of the video that she released.
As the summer comes to an end, I cannot tell you what a relief it is to have finally completed my chemotherapy treatment. Doing what I can to stay cancer-free is now my focus. Although I have finished chemotherapy, my path to healing and full recovery is long, and I must continue to take each day as it comes.
Well, Angela, thank you for coming in. You obviously know the royal family very well. This is encouraging news.
It's very encouraging news, but it's also a real revelation of what she is really like as a person. And I think that's very interesting too, because we've looked at her, we've always thought that she's marvellous and wonderful, but you don't see inside. And this really showed you what she felt deep down and how she's dealt with it and how she's analysed what she has to do and how difficult it's been and how wonderful her friends, her parent and William has been. And the children, they were all round her. And I think they knew it was being filmed because the little one said, "Are they still filming?" So, you know, they weren't putting on a sort of phony act, but they wanted to be part of it and they wanted to keep cuddling her and holding her. And as I said just before, we went on that Prince William kissed her in public, which, as you said, the Queen would never have allowed. But it's opening up for him. He's so different. When you compare the two brothers, he's had a wonderful wife who has brought out the very best in him. And he's doing everything for her. They were lying down on the grass, and it was just very important to have a family.
Today, we're diving into a bold claim that Kate brings out the very best in William, while Meghan has the opposite effect on Harry. We'll unpack each segment of this video, examine its arguments, and test whether the narrative holds up under scrutiny. First, some context. Kate Middleton and Prince William are the future core of the British monarchy. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, after stepping down from senior royal duties, remain high-profile public figures. Because of their influence and the intrigue around royal relationships, public commentary often frames their interactions in dramatic, comparative narratives. The video begins by asserting that Kate brings out William's best qualities. It references, insert example from video, e.g., public appearances, interviews, body language, charity work. The tone implies their chemistry is authentic, stable, and that Kate is a grounding force for him. In the next segment, the video pivots. Meghan is portrayed as having a destabilizing or opposite influence on Harry. It cites things like, insert claims, e.g. public statements, past interviews, controversies. The comparisons are stark, presenting Meghan as a foil to Kate. The video brings in several supporting examples for Kate and William: appearances at events, public statements, body language cues, praise from commentators.
And she said one of the most important things is loving and being loved. And she also felt very much about nature. We saw her with all sorts of things, and a white butterfly was in her hand and flew away. So it was all gentle and loving.
And in terms of the royal family, it's returning to an older age when the royal family was seen as very much the ideal family, that how Queen Victoria wanted to portray herself as the ideal family with children and husband and so on. That, for various reasons, had dissipated in recent years.
Yes, well, they are a very different royal couple, aren't they? And he is going to be a very different king, I think. He cares very much for people, but I think that he also cares very much for his family. The Queen and the Duke of Edinburgh were actually all for work. And not so much for looking after the children, but this would be very much a family. You can tell that they're living in a small house with 4 bedrooms, which isn't big, really, for the heir to the throne. And I think that it will be different, but it will be very honourable and it will be caring, and I think they will do a marvellous job. And the way they're bringing up their children, and Prince George, who is very well behaved, he will come from a very loving, stable family, which William hasn't done.
And if you look at the Princess Wales making this announcement, speaking at length for the first time, people have rarely heard her speak before, and I know some people have noted what a lovely voice she has. She's not going to be fully undertaking royal engagement still for some time. And the royal family is very thin, isn't it, at the level that can carry out royal engagements?
Yes, it is very thin. I mean, what she says here is the chemotherapy is, she's finished it, but it's her path to healing, and full recovery is long, and I must continue to take each day as it comes. I am, however, looking forward to being back at work. So I think she would do quite a lot of work at home. I don't think they will have so many charities that they are looking after. I think that's gone, but the late Queen had hundreds, so she could only perhaps go and see them for 5-10 minutes. Camilla has quite a lot, but she does each one very thoroughly, and she goes back X months a year. I think we might not see that for a long time. Prince William, I hear, is spending a lot of time working from home because, again, his family is the most important thing. So he's working out lots of things and going out less.
What is working from home if you're a royal? Because surely work as a royal is being seen. As the Queen famously said, I have to be seen to be believed.
Yes, well, I think we will lack that quite a lot. I think he will go away less times, and he will not be always visible. I think the Queen would like it otherwise, but I think he's decided he's going to be a decent father and look after his family. As they grow up, I think that will change because they'll be much more used to being left at home.
They will undertake royal engagements themselves in due course.
I think he will make sure they're really done well and made good.
Well, thank you, Angela. I assume everyone at home will now plug in YouTube and listen to a belting rendition of God Bless the Prince of Wales and change it in their hearts and minds to God Bless the Princess of Wales.
For Meghan and Harry, controversies, media coverage, tensions within royal circles. Each example is used to underscore the main contrast. The video intensifies its comparison. Kate is associated with calm, stability, balance, Meghan with tension, uncertainty. The editing, music, and voice tone all escalate when shifting from Kate to Meghan, guiding the viewer's emotional response. In conclusion, the video reiterates the thesis: Kate lifts William, Meghan diminishes Harry. It invites the viewer to accept that comparative framing. The closing lines often appeal to authority, experts, commentators, and emotional confirmation, affirming what the viewer has already been guided to feel. So, does the argument hold? The video presents a strong contrast narrative, but it leans heavily on selective examples, emotionally charged editing, and rhetorical framing. It doesn't show much of Meghan and Harry's positive or neutral dynamics for balance. This doesn't mean there's no merit in some of the observations, but I'd encourage viewers to examine more sources, consider alternate narratives, and be wary of over-reliance on dramatic juxtaposition. What do you think? Does Kate really bring out the best in William? Or is the narrative too simplistic when it pits Meghan and Harry in opposition? Let me know in the comments.